Hi folks, this is a video for those who are new to Path of Exile and Path of Exile 2. And the purpose of this video is to talk about how to get the best value for your 300 shot points in PoE 2 Early Access. Grinding Gear Games has come out and set the lowest entry point for Early Access at $30, and with that you get 300 shot points. So how can we best use those points to get some sort of utility value in Path of Exile 2? Now, one thing that's important to understand is that in Path of Exile, the game gives you a number of stash tabs, but you can't trade out of those stash tabs unless you have what are called premium stash tabs, and you get those from the shop. So if you want to trade with other players, you have to have premium stash tabs. There's also a number of specialty stash tabs that can hold special items, such as currency or maps or fragments or essences and things like that. So again, the purpose of this video is how can we best break down that 300 to get good value? And I'll give a couple of different recommendations for different types of players. I'll give 3 recommendations at the end of this video. And I'll also talk about some things to consider. And I'll try to explain like the use of the stash and how those tabs kind of work. Some quick things to consider. We don't know for sure which specialty stash tabs will transfer to PoE 2. There is a pretty good chance that the currency tab will be available because it's like the most general one. There are bundles to consider that can affect our pricing. Regular tabs can be upgraded to premium tabs, so that's something to consider. You may want to wait for a sale. And here's probably the most important thing to consider. Do not buy any tabs until December 6th when you can confirm which tabs are in Path of Exile 2 or not. Because, again, some of these tabs may not transfer immediately. And then, of course, we have 300 points to spend. What can we do with those 300 points? Here's a breakdown of the best tabs and bundles by shop point price. I've put the price here for regular shop purchases and then also on sale. And I would highly recommend just waiting until a sale because the prices get a lot better. The first one is an upgrade to a premium stash tab. So this is taking an existing stash tab that you have, the game just gives you for free, and upgrading it into a premium tab that can be used as a public tab. I'll just hop into game and show you what that looks like. This is what a regular stash tab looks like. It's just the regular size, and then if I were to right click this, all you see come up is the affinities, and I can click these off, and then any item that I control click from my inventory will automatically go into this tab. That's just the functionality of a regular tab. Okay, then if I go over here to a premium stash tab, when I right click this one, more options come up. I can make this tab public, and then I can start pricing things in here. So I can price an item individually, or I can put a price on the whole tab saying like any item in here costs, X currency, like 1C, for example. So if I click this, each item individually priced, and then I click an item, I can set the price on that item. The next tab that I think is really good is the currency stash tab. I think this one is kind of mandatory, honestly, because you get a lot of small currencies and it does a really good job holding those small currencies. This tab normally is 75 and on sale it's 60. Let's take a look at what that currency stash tab looks like in game. This is what a currency stash tab looks like in game. Now, what makes the stash tab really useful? Well, there's a couple of things. First, there's a spot here in the middle that lets you like put an item so that you can use your currency on it. That's kind of nice. But the big draw of this stash tab is that each of these spots stacks up to like 5,000. So for the really small like gumball currency that you get like a lot of, it can really save you a ton of stash space. So let me give you an example. If I take a jeweler's orb here, for example, I put it in my inventory, it's stacks and stacks of 20. So if I were to take a whole page out here, well, this is like a lot of space. But if I put it into this tab, it's, only taking up that one spot. So currency stash tabs, very, very useful. Next on our list is the premium stash tab. Those are 40 per tab or 30 per tab on sale. And that's just, it gives you a tab and it already comes premium. And then we also have a premium quad stash tab, which is a larger tab that has the space of about 4 regular stash tabs in it. and those go for 150 per tab or 120 per tab on sale. And the usefulness of this is you can kind of use it as a dump tab. So I'll show you this in game as well. This is what a premium quad stash tab looks like in game. Again, it is public, so you can put an individual price in each item or put the tab at a price so that each item sells at that price. It's the total space of 4 regular tabs. The reason that people buy this is because you can use it as a dump tab. So for example, if I got a bunch of items, like I'm mapping and my inventory is full, I can just dump all these items into this tab and go back into my map and like do that on repeat until like this whole tab is filled up. And then once the tab is filled up, then I can go through and sort through it and figure out where I want to put everything. All right, then you have your stash tab bundle. This is 150 for 6 tabs or 120 for 6 tabs on sale. If you're just looking for storage, this is a good deal, but it's not a premium tab, so you can't trade out of them. But if you're just like running out of room, this is the best way to get just generic space. And then finally, we have our map stash tab. And the nice thing about the map stash tab is that it organizes your tiers of maps. Now, I put an asterisk here as a kind of disclaimer that we're not entirely sure how these like specialty stash tabs are going to switch over to PoE 2. My intuition tells me that there's going to be a Waystone stash tab, and because like that's going to take the place of maps. So maybe the map stash tab will turn into that. So again, I would just wait until December 6th to buy any of these. But yeah, the map stash tab is really useful. So let's take a look at what a map stash tab is in game. Again, we don't know if we'll get this, but this is what a map stash tab looks like. Basically, it's arranged by tier of map. And similarly to the currency stash tab, it stacks like a lot more items than you would be able to in a normal stash tab. So for example, if I were like looking for a specific map, like I knew I was looking for like a tier 3 cage, and I could like easily find it here, and then I see all of my cage maps there. So yeah, it arranges them by tier, and then you can see these are the white ones, these are the yellow tier maps, these are the red tier maps, these are the T17s. It also has a spot for the unique maps and all your guardian maps as well as all those puzzle boxes. The other thing that's nice about this from like a stash tab perspective is this is also a public tab. So like for example, if I wanted to sell all of these tier 11 maps all at once, I could put set exact price on all items here and then say like let's say I wanted to sell them for 3 chaos each. I could just do that. Boom, now these are all listed for 3 chaos. So this is a very useful tab to have. All right, now I'm going to give you 3 options for how you can break down your points. And I've got the regular price here and then the sale price and what I would recommend buying. All right, so if you're looking for trading and you're not on sale, you could buy a currency stash tab, a premium quad stash tab, and upgrade 5 times to premium stash tab from like your regular ones. This is 300 points. This is like the best value for if all you're trying to do is to get to trading. On sale, though, you can get a much better value. You can get a currency stash tab, a premium quad stash tab, 3 upgrades, and 3 premium stash tabs, which means that you're left with 3 total more stash tabs, like with storage space, than when it was not on sale. All right, if you're looking for storage, what you could do if it wasn't on sale is you could get a currency stash tab, a premium stash tab bundle, and upgrade 1 more to a premium stash tab. This gives you 6 tab space as opposed to 4 in the previous regular price one. But again, I'd wait for a sale because you can get a lot more tabs. If you have the sale price, you can get a currency stash tab, a premium quad stash tab for selling out of, and then a stash tab bundle for 120. So you get 10 stash tabs with this one. So this is significantly better. So again, wait for the sale if possible and get this one if all you're looking for is storage. All right, and then if you're looking for Endgame, you want a currency stash tab, you definitely want a map stash tab because you're going to probably be getting a lot of Waystones and you want to be able to organize them. And you want a premium stash tab to be able to sell out of, and then you can upgrade 2 more premium stash tabs to sell out of as well. That will bring you to 295. But again, wait till the sale, then you can get a lot more. You can get a currency stash tab, a map stash tab, 3 premium stash tab upgrades, that's taking your base ones up to premium, and then 3 more premium stash tabs for 90, and that brings us to 300 points. That last one there, that's what I would do if I was a new player and I had the 300 to spend. This is how I would spend it. I would get the currency stash tab, the map stash tab, a couple of upgrades for your premium stash tabs because they're cheap, only 10 each on sale, and 3 premium stash tabs because again they're pretty cheap. That gets you to 300 points. This will get you everything you ever need in Path of Exile, and realistically, you probably won't need to spend much more money on tabs past that, unless you're like going like extremely deep into the end game and you have like you've just filled up all your space. But I think with those tabs, that's a pretty good starting point. All right, so that's pretty much it for the video. Again, there is a disclaimer here to wait until December 6th. That way you can make sure that all of these tabs function correctly in PoE 2. I would buy them from the PoE 2 store for that reason. Yeah. All right, so if you like the video, leave a thumbs up, sub to the channel. Thanks a lot, guys, and good luck in your Path of Exile 2 League start in a couple weeks.